Tonight on the Chillstream, we are once again on the road streaming from beautiful Dulles, Virginia. And I will see you guys in 2 minutes. And we're back at the beautiful 7-Eleven Laredo Taco Sunoco gas station, where I spend where I visit quite a lot, and it seems kind of a slow night even for this area. A lot of these black cars and SUVs are all the limo bros that that work the airport here. And they don't seem to be doing a whole lot. So, I don't know what's going on with that, although I'm not doing a whole lot either. Work Saturday or Friday, like almost all of last week. I got very nervous, and I contacted a friend of mine who's in management. And I asked him, like, hey, is it worth me even coming into work anymore? And he's like, hold on, I'll fix it. And then we'll have to see what happens in the coming week. But drastically bad week in terms of fiat. Other than that, everything's going pretty well. Everything's going reasonably well. I am, enjoying life. The weather's freaking perfect. I just wish I knew that I was going to be doing nothing for like 5 fucking days, and that way I could have, I don't know, made some fucking plans. But I don't really know what is going on, and I may end up having to find a different job, which kind of sucks. I'm comfortable doing it. I've been doing it for a number of years now, and I don't really want any changes, but if I can't make a living, because my income got cut by like more than 50%. I mean, imagine your weekly paycheck being cut in half, or maybe 60%, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's one thing to say, it's kind of slow, but I can't tell my landlord that. So have to figure out what's going on. It's not a desperate situation, but it's definitely something I don't want to deal with right now. I just want things to stay pretty much the same, but I suppose the older you get, the more you want that. Although you don't always have that option. You sometimes have to change against your will. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what we shall see. But the weather has been absolutely fucking gorgeous, and I'm really, really wish I could have gone anywhere. Like if I'd have known that everything's going to be all right and I could have this week off, I literally would have taken a vacation. But instead, I waited around on the fucking phone all week for jobs that literally never came. And I talked to a couple other drivers who were like, unfortunately, I'm hearing a bunch of whacked out rumors, and I don't know what to believe. But not only, like, I know for a fact that they're cutting the price of all the jobs by 20% because I've seen that in my own payouts. But I've heard that they started cutting the salaries of the full-time employees, not just us contract guys. So kind of interesting if that's happening. That would really make me think I've got to get out of Dodge. And I would no longer be able to visit beautiful Dulles, Virginia, and wave to Papa Joe and or Kamala or whoever's going to be in there in a couple of months. But what's going on? What is going on? Let's try and do something, James. Let's sort of try to do something. Last week, everybody tuned in to my Fed stream, which I have an occasional Fed stream. I noticed that Rumble is at least as compromised as any other platform, and obviously everybody saw the Feds in the chat. It's just some screenshots of the number of times that we're spamming the chat. The only message in that screenshot from a subscriber is Virgil Doc. He was the first one, and then you see all those screen names of people who never ever show up in my chat, and you can see it goes on and on and on. It went super deep. I did circle this. One of these guys said something like illegal aliens don't have Second Amendment rights or something like that, which that may be your opinion, sir, but a federal judge in I think the Ninth Circuit has ruled otherwise. So you don't get to decide that. You do not get to decide that at all. So after the Fed bombing of last week's stream, I went over to my Rumble channel, or Rumble sent me this. This was hilarious. The timing of this is like, how does it even? It seems bizarrely coincidental. Like a lot of stuff just seems super bizarrely coincidental. But I got this email from the CEO of Rumble. Free speech under attack. Blah 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 blah. And he's like, Russia, China, North Korea, some bullshit. Well, on Rumble, you can monetize your videos. And we're passing the Reston, Virginia. I don't know what it's this light rail station. I don't know what it is. There's like a railroad along this highway as we exit Loudoun County. But on my Rumble channel, I had earned from my multi-state anti-Semitisms, from my indiscriminate racisms, I was earning serious fucking cash, major fucking do-re-mi. I think my earnings were all the way up to 12 cents. You heard that right, 12 cents, enough to retire comfortably. And then I checked my Rumble account, and here's my stats. They took literally the fucking 12 cent that was in my fucking Rumble account. I swear to fucking God, they went and wiped that out. That's how fucking pathetic, that's how low these people will fucking stoop. And I guarantee you, after taking that 12 cents, that whoever did that wrote to their fucking supervisor that they interrupted terrorist financing to the tune of, they'll say like $12,000 or something like that. Terrorist financing for $12,000, but it was really 12 cents. And if anybody looks at it, they'll go, oops, I made a mistake. I forgot to carry the zero or some shit like that. And, but you know what? It'll still go into their fucking service record that they interdicted anti-Semitic financing for thousands of dollars. That's really what they're gonna fucking what they're gonna put in their monthly fucking report, and there'll never be any consequence for them doing shit like that. They lie, cheat, and steal all the fucking time, and escalate, retaliate, and fucking fabricate is that is the motto of the fucking tyrant. And those feds from last week were model fucking tyrants. So, is there comments? It looks like you have comments. It's hard for me to see the chat because I'm driving. Tokyo Trump, you're back. Back from the other side of the planet. Are you driving to get more cocaine? Listen, if you were paying attention, Warlock, which you're not, because you're probably stuffing your face full of fucking government-funded calories. I don't make enough money to afford cocaine. I may be starving and homeless because the fucking 1% of cocksuckers are not ordering the airplane parts that they should be ordering. Either that or my company's found a way to not pay the drivers. So I don't know. Dixie Normus back in the chat. Fed propaganda stream. Yes. Listen, if I got to support you fucking rat bastards, the least I could do is beat you in public. Judas Flychai, based Persian rabbi. How'd you become a rabbi? You went to school? Don't you have to go to school to be a rabbi? He says hello, and then he says, how much money do I save if I only flush the toilet occasionally? Don't be like an insane hippie person. You do not say, I don't know how much money you save. I don't know what it costs per flush in the Los Angeles County public water system. I am not advised as to what exactly that would cost. But I suggest to you, sir, that you be as hygienic as it is possible to be. Living a life of hygiene, that virtue is its own reward, I assure you, especially since it will help you with the opposite sex. Women don't like hippie dudes who don't flush the toilet. Trust me on that one. I don't know what TV shows you're watching, some whacked out Netflix fucking drama about people who smoke weed for a fucking living, which is nonsensical. Hey, wait a minute, get off there. See, it's tough. It's very tough now. It's very tough. It's very hard to not fucking crash the car. While I'm doing what I'm doing. What else? I got rid of that other one. But let's stay on the topic of feds. Let's stay on the topic of feds. The problem with the Bitcoin community is that they're super fucking naive. They're really dopey, naive fucking dorks who they're like middle class or upper middle class, and they really, they're begging to be accepted by their perceived betters, and they really don't understand that a lot of the people, these social media influencers that have stuck their noses in Bitcoin in the last few years are themselves spooks. In particular, this one, Whitney Webb. I've said she's a spook for a while. Stuff she said just doesn't add up. This dude whose YouTube channel is Bitcoin Mechanic, he does like a super mild criticism of her. And, I posted in the comments, I was like, you don't realize that, this chick who supposedly, she lives outside the United States, right? She lives outside the United States, no visible means of support, and she writes all these insider tell-all books about the alphabet agencies, and people just believe that she's some kind of great journalist or something. How the fuck would you get access to this information if you are not getting phone calls and Zoom calls directly from those alphabet organizations? So this guy, he makes some fairly reasonable points. Like Whitney Webb says, oh, well, Bitcoin's going to be co-opted by BlackRock and the Epstein network and, Wall Street, and they're all going to take over this and blah, 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 blah. And, it's not going to be free and independent like you imagined it. And this guy was like, listen, hold on. like, hold on. You know, the world that Bitcoin was born into, right, was already centralized. That is to say, all the electrical power generation companies, right, all the public utilities are already centralized. Bitcoin was born into the service providers, already largely centralized. That was the world that Bitcoin was born into. So that Bitcoin uses the electricity generated by Con Ed or fucking PSE&G or whatever your local utility is, and is communicated via ISPs like Time Warner Cable or whatever the fuck it is. Like, literally, so what? You know, the government and Wall Street wear shoes. I wear shoes. That doesn't mean wearing shoes is a fucking bad thing. And I'm not going to stop wearing shoes or drinking fucking water because, you know, Larry Fink from BlackRock wears shoes and drinks fucking water. You know, you have to live in the real fucking world. You have to live in the real world. But like I said, these kids are naive and they think, hooray, Whitney Webb is some sort of super truth teller fucking bitch. And like nothing could be further from the truth. And the fucking comments were like, oh, she's against the deep state. Well, let me show you. I got a quick 17-second video of what happens to you when you actually go up against the deep state.
You know about the Palestinian man who was found dead in Antwerp with his hands and feet tied? Well, the police have ruled there was no malicious intent and that it's a probable suicide. Now, I might be alone in this, but I find that quite difficult to believe.
Yeah, so if you're against the deep state, you're going to tie your own hands and feet together and then commit suicide in the park, probably by shooting yourself in the back of the head twice. That's what happens to the enemies of the deep state. They don't write books and go on podcasts, you know, and live outside the United States and live in some fucking third world country whose fucking chicken inspector becomes the fucking director of the national police. That's not, you know, what happens. You know what I mean? If you live that lifestyle, you will not be breathing for a terribly fucking long time. Not be breathing at all. But Whitney Webb, she's writing her little books, going on podcasts here and there and everywhere, and really, like, you know, nothing you can do to stop her. Nothing, no harm ever comes to her. In the meantime, what is the FBI doing? The FBI is very concerned. Don't fucking this guy in the pickup truck's being a dick. FBI is very concerned that North Korean hackers are trying to steal your crypto. North Korea is trying to. Kim Jong-un wants your Bitcoin. You know, never mind that fucking North Korea can't heat its own buildings and fucking they're eating fucking grass soup. You know, never mind that. They're somehow hacking into your fucking crypto accounts or some shit like that. Be warned. No, it is not North Korea. It is the dudes in the fucking NSA data center, either in fucking New York City, or down here in Maryland, or in Utah, or wherever the fuck it is. It is North Korea. They can make that shit look like it's coming from anywhere. And we're about to hit the traffic on 495. Oh, this fucking sucks. This sucks. But yeah, they're fucking nonstop with this hysterical bullshit, and you have to learn what to pay attention to and what to fucking ignore. And one of the things you should be paying attention to is this. I talk about nuclear power a lot because that's where the future is, right? The future, the reality is America's going to go fucking nuclear as fast as it possibly can to compete with China. And in this case, we're actually beating swords into plowshares, right? They're melting down fucking enriched fucking plutonium in nuclear missile warheads to use to power the next generation of reactors. And they're not doing that. They're not doing that because they're nice guys and they're really in a good mood. They're doing that. This is why. Everybody knows this is why. Because China is beating the absolute shit out of America in the nuclear energy race. And we can't have that. So there's going to be no protests, no fucking Greenpeace, nobody fucking chaining themselves to the fucking gates of the construction site where they're refurbishing these fucking nuclear power plants. None of that shit's going to happen. And if any of these dopey fucks try that, the police are going to fucking bust their heads open so fucking fast, it's going to make your head spin. So, you know, the chopstick jockeys are beating the shit out of America, and America is now trying to fucking play catch up fucking ball, trying to play catch up ball, and you know, can we do it? I don't know. Maybe we can do it. In the meantime, smart dudes, and I mention this guy all the time. He's the one and only Saint Michael Saylor. He isn't really a saint. I criticize him when he deserves criticism, but his company, MicroStrategy, just bought another 18,000 Bitcoin. So for all his flaws, and he has flaws, the dude's 100% committed, and so is his company. He puts his money where his mouth is, and I have to admire that, even though I disagree with him. And I understand he's been in the billionaire class for some decades, and he does not see, you know, he's the problems he sees with the world are sort of, you know, he sees them from a great distance, from atop a pile of money, $1 billion high. So it doesn't really look quite as ugly to him as it does maybe to the rest of us who are a little closer to it. And while he has been wrong about some things, particularly where's this one? I'm gonna see. Where was it? Try to read these little things while not driving into a fucking wall. What's this one? Stand by, see if this is the one I'm thinking of. Nope, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that one later. Oh, fucking. Yeah, this is, well, no, wait a minute. More fucking nuclear stuff. I don't want to see nuclear stuff anymore. I want to see the other fucking thing that, no, that's not it either. That's not it either. Oh, fuck it. We'll go with this one. Fuck it. This is very hard to do on 495 with the construction and all these fucking knuckleheads. I don't know if you remember a couple of months ago, England, the country, which I have visited, by the way, lads. Chip, cheerio. I have visited London town. And they were saying that if you enter England with crypto, meaning Bitcoin, they will seize it and destroy it. Well. Guess what? The fucking worm is turned, and the worm is turned rather fucking quickly, because the dudes who eat fucking cucumber sandwiches for a fucking living have now decided that Bitcoin and other digital assets are personal property. And this is a story from yesterday, September 14th. So this is us winning. When I tell you that Bitcoin is winning everywhere around the fucking world and you can't stop us, this is what I'm talking about. They say one thing and then they have to turn around and admit that they were 100% fucking wrong, and they bend the knee to us. Because, you know, listen, a lot of these people, you know, they don't want you to have anything. All this, the idea that you could have something of value that they cannot take from you or they cannot extract from you drives them fucking crazy. Their greatest pleasure in life is taking shit away from you, you know? That's why they tried that stupid fucking Beyond Meat, you know, which somehow is still in fucking supermarket shelves. That shit's $12 a pound and nobody ever buys it. Impossible Meat, Impossible Burgers. You know, it isn't, they don't believe for 5 seconds that any of this is bad for the environment, but they don't want you to have anything that you fucking enjoy. Their fucking greatest pleasure is taking shit away from you that they don't need and would never use anyway. So, and that's just the fucking nature of these tyrannical cocksuckers. And that's why there's still these fucking artificial fucking meat products sitting on fucking supermarket shelves that literally never sell. But they could probably sit there for fucking 3 years and still be just as good as they were when they first got put up there. So their joy is in taking shit away from you, you know? And for the other YouTube channels, for the other anti-Semitism people that I might have criticized in the past, this is technically, I believe, incorrect. Listen, there are people that have prison records, you know what I mean? And if they come to you, if the feds come to you and say you're going to work with us, and you know, other people might say, listen, I'm not gonna snitch, but at the end of the day, if they violate you and throw you back in prison, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Even if you know you're gonna beat it on appeal, even if you know you'll be out in 18 months, that's another 18 months you got to be inside. And there are people who I think used to be a lot more sincere. You know, not mentioning any names, but they have a Rumble channel, if I might add. You know, you can't go back in, and you'll do anything to avoid going back in there. And I don't blame the guy, because you know he's probably the same age as fucking me. That experience is fucking mind-blowingly fucking bad to begin with. Not that I know from personal experience, but you can well imagine, and I bet it sucks even harder when you're in your mid fucking 50s. So somebody knocks on your door and says play ball, you realize you're in too weak of a position to tell them to go fuck themselves. So you got to play ball, you know. And you know, I protecting your own freedom as much as you can. Listen, I totally understand that. You know, I totally and completely understand that, because we all do stuff like that. We all have to make various different compromises. And when push comes to shove, you know, you can't be too critical of other people who you know, who whatever, they made some mistakes and now they're in a vulnerable position, and that's it. And the world works in a fucking predator-prey dynamic, you know. And what's interesting about that, like when I saw this, you know, when I have my eye, because I had no fucking work this past week, plenty of time to fucking look at the news, and apparently we had 2 carriers in the Middle East, but only for about a week. So one of them has already left. The USS Abraham Lincoln is still there, but the USS Theodore Roosevelt has been sent back to fucking put pressure on the chopstick jockeys, which is their main fucking, our main focus, again, is on China. But if the U.S. Navy or CENTCOM or whoever the fuck makes these decisions thinks that Ansar Allah in fucking Yemen is not watching that boat leave and isn't going to wait until that boat's fucking somewhere around the fucking left-hand side of Diego Garcia before they start launching more fucking attacks, well, then you're beyond naive. They're going to wait till you're too far away. And then they're gonna start playing, you know, Houthi hopscotch or whatever with whatever fucking boats that they want to fuck with. And we just don't have the resources, or we won't spend them to stop that. So it's super interesting. They can time this. They can do very, very little and get a huge bang for their buck in terms of propaganda and causing us fucking headaches. And as soon as we send a second carrier back, they just sit there and twiddle their fucking thumbs and do nothing. And guess what? You know, America gets fucked again. America gets fucked again. But luckily, our friends, where's my friends? Your friend Donald Trump, future president of Estados Unidos, his best friend is the smartest, richest man in the world who makes toy cars and rockets that do impossible things. But Elon Musk is going to, it looks like it's a done deal, right? He's going to be on the government efficiency panel or whatever, and he's going to examine Social Security. And what that means is I think what they're going to do in the short run to make you think you're getting something is they tax Social Security. They're going to take that tax off, but Social Security is going to go broke faster. And they're going to reduce Social Security, by a greater amount than the tax. So say the tax is $50 a month, they're going to take $300 off your Social Security. And the reason why they're going to do that is because it's easy to starve old people because they're old and weak, and the interest on the national debt is now greater than the entire Pentagon budget. And that inflation monster, the need to pay off to pay the interest on that debt is just growing and growing and growing. And that's going to drive more shit. And that's going to change more things in America and around the world than any other fucking thing. And that includes, of course, the price of the Bitcoins. The price of the Bitcoins. And here's a Michael Saylor quote. I don't know if it's really his quote, but it's a decent quote, and one I would suggest you meditate on. Right? If you feel robbed by inflation, if you feel robbed by the fact that a private bank prints the money that it issues to your government, that your government makes you pay back to that private bank at interest. If you feel robbed by that, well, guess what? Bitcoin will give you your money back. It actually won't give you your money back, but at least it will stop them from fucking stealing from you. And that should be goal number one. Stop stealing from me. That way I can get my fucking priorities straight. Where are we here? Where are we? Because what do we got? We got a comedy bro. There's a comedy guy, and this sums up my personal situation right now. But I noticed a lot of stand-up comedy, which I consume that content. A lot of it's leaning towards this. What the fuck is this 800 police in the opposite direction? And then there's buses. I guarantee you those buses are filled. Oh, I don't know what they're doing. There was nobody in the buses. Anyway, let's go to comedy guy.
You're lucky to have this job. No, you're lucky I show up. Mentally, I'm always 10 seconds away from quitting and leaving a cartoon me-shaped hole in the wall, so count your blessings. I work, you pay. It's an exchange, not a prize. That's why they give away new cars on Wheel of Fortune and not part-time jobs at Planet Fitness. We haven't quite gotten to that episode of Black Mirror yet. Luck is finding a $20 bill on the ground, not working a 10-hour shift, getting underpaid, and then still having to hope to find a $20 bill on the ground. More rants like that in my book, The Customer's Always Wrong, hardcover and audiobook out September 10th. Link in my bio to pre-order copy and a signed book plate.
So that guy's selling his book, and he's making a joke, but it's not as much of a joke as you might think to a lot of people. And it's where are we at? Where are we at? I wish I could fucking. What am I looking at here? Oh yeah, that's more fucking nuke shit. Oh, fuck the nuke shit. Fuck that, fuck that, fuck that. England. China. I can't find the thing I wanted. So we'll put this up instead. While they're taking your Social Security, you'll be fucking stoned out of your mind on fucking weed, and you wouldn't even fucking remember what it is you were supposed to fucking get. So, is weed robbing you of sleep and memories? That is a question that Rabbi Judas Lai Chai should be answering in the comment section. Oh man, we got a lot of comments. We got so many comments. Virgil Dark, Purple Heart, welcome to the show. So, what is it? Warlock thinks I'm driving to get cocaine. Niger, welcome, Niger. Welcome to the channel, Niger. Reported channel to YouTube. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Guys, what is this Fed talking about? You would be right there in the anti-Semitic Olympics, James, but I'm afraid Scott Roberts would win the gold medals. I'm not sure who Scott Roberts is, but you must be paying close attention, Niger, because I did mention I wanted to win an award. So you must be tuning in on the regular. So I'm probably passing the fucking building you work at somewhere. Somewhere nearby here is probably a fucking building you work at. Unless you're one of them work from homes wearing a fucking COVID mask 3 years later, which, dude, let's be honest, that could quite probably be you. Eagle Pax Max. Hello, James. It's been an interesting day. Yeah, all in all, it's been a pretty good day. Glad the average guy is benefiting from crypto style value. Yeah, I bet you're not glad. Niger. Uncle Sandberg and his federal machine will squash or co-opt all the challengers to global fiat. Cash in while you can. Wrong again, Niger, because the CIA loves Bitcoin like fucking crackheads love fucking crack. They cannot stay away from it. Ever since they discovered it, which is a covert method of funding their little operations and their operatives around the world, they cannot fucking let go of it. So it's not going anywhere. But once that genie is out of the bottle, and the genie's out of the fucking bottle, we're going to win, mostly because, listen, the fiat world is going to fucking bleed out, you know? The fiat world is absolutely going to fucking bleed out. And all we'll have to do is just fucking, and this is probably admittedly outside of my lifetime. I don't think this would happen in my lifetime. I don't think this happens in the next 25 years. But, yeah, all we got to do is fucking literally wait for shit to drop into our hands, because the money printer is not going to fucking stop, okay? The interest on the national debt is not going to stop. Donald Trump ain't going to stop spending. Harris isn't going to stop spending. Whoever the next two fucking clowns are not going to stop spending, because the Federal Reserve wants ever greater profits, and they will print more, and the government will borrow more, and they will put more Americans deeper into debt, and they'll open the borders, and they'll fucking send out airplanes to get people. They'll send out fucking hunting parties for however many fucking wage cucks, however an army of fucking wage slaves. They'll import half the fucking planet to keep the Federal Reserve propped up. So there isn't much we're going to have to do, because ultimately you are suicidal, right? You're more suicidal than a Palestinian guy in the fucking in the park. But what else do we got? We got another sailor clip. Here's a relatively longish sailor clip, and it's very different how they treat him today than how they treated him a couple of years ago.
How is there stuff that's above your pay grade? You're worth billions. I mean, we can say that. It's above our pay grade, but who gets to decide if it's above your pay grade?
He might have been it's below his pay grade.
Right, exactly.
Bitcoin's an expression in this view that you want to invest in an asset without counterparty risk, which means you don't want to be counterparty to a country, a currency, a city, a company, a commodity, or a culture, right? So people think it's a risky thing. It's all about people wanting to not take risk. They don't want to guess whether Picasso's or real estate in New York or Nvidia stock will be higher in 10 years. They want to buy money. They want to buy 1/21 millionth of all the money in the world forever.
End it there, Michael. Thank you.
Great. Michael, thank you.
So that's a self-made billionaire, and he's the only billionaire that I'm aware of, Mr. Niger and Mr. Normus, who lost 95% of his money and then earned it back. He lost $5.5 billion in a fucking day, you know, and he came back unfazed. So I think that guy's a little bit smarter and a little bit ballsier than you. And the government's going to stop this. Well, why haven't they done it already? Okay. It's been, what, 15, 16 years already? And they haven't done anything. They haven't done anything other than embrace it. Okay. So, and then where was the fucking last one? Man, there was one fucking thing about, oh god damn it, that's the one I wanted to find. Not the pot one. Not that. Fed, stealing, no shit. I wonder if I don't have it. I wonder if I can upload it while I'm driving. See if I can find it. There was shit. No, I can't find it. No, I can't find it. Anyway, it's a story from the Securities and Exchange Commission, basically saying that that the shitcoin fucking casino is going to be wide open. That their previous guidance that shitcoins are unregistered securities was wrong, and that they're not unregistered securities. I don't know how they fucking, but they had to do that because in order to make you broke forever, right? Make sure that you own nothing and are happy. You have to become a degenerate gambler, taking your entire fucking DoorDash paycheck and gambling it on a fucking meme coin in the hopes that you could fucking get out of poverty, you know? But of course, that's never going to happen because you're gambling your entire paycheck on fucking Pepe coin or some shit like that. I actually had a screen share to show that, but I cannot find it. Right? I can't find it. Is this it? No. No. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Anyway, listen. England has bent the knee. The tea-swilling dental dodgers, the fucking cucumber sandwich eaters have decided that Bitcoin is your private property. And this property in cyberspace is what's going to save us. You know, it's going to save the people who can see the value of it. You know, and if you still want to, you know, for the guys in the chat, all the feds, their lives are tied inextricably to the US dollar and the US government. And, you know, they're never going to leave that. And that's fine. You know, that's 100% fine. But this show isn't for them, you know. This is them writing up their fucking bullshit fucking month-end fucking reports to their fucking ADL supervisors, you know, pretending that they're doing actual work. And we all know they aren't doing anything. I mean, the really good news is they're having a super fucking hard time convincing people to do terrorisms. They can't find, you know, any other mentally ill fucking 16-year-olds to agree to drive a fucking panel van full of fucking propane tanks into a synagogue. You know what I mean? They managed to do that once in the last couple of years, but they're really failing, you know, pretty badly with this shit. You know, all those fucking Walmart shooters and the kid that shot up the supermarket in Buffalo, like, you know, that well is pretty empty. And you know, not that they fucking care, but they're gonna pretend to fucking work. So they come here, and you know, I don't know what they think they're fucking doing. You know, they write two stupid fucking messages in the chat, and they wrote that they fucking initiated psychological operations against a fucking node extremist or some shit. I can just fucking imagine the hysterically fucking dishonest fucking reports that they write. But I'll tell you what is honest. It's honest when you smash up the like button. When you think to yourself, man, there's nowhere else I could come to watch fucking Highway 95 go by and hear someone fucking semi-coherently semi-coherently do anti-Semitisms. But yeah, it's a short week. I don't know what's going on here. Fingers crossed I get to keep this job for the next couple of years, but I may end up having to seek greener pastures because I think what they're doing here is they're trying to do everything they can to save money and boost profits at the expense of the drivers, and I don't think that that's going to work long run, but management's going to do what management's going to do, and I can't change that. I can only change what I'm going to do, and that will start tomorrow. Tomorrow I will begin looking for some alternative ways. I'll basically be doing the same thing, but alternative ways to make a living. Anyway, to Virgil Doc Purple Heart, to Judas Fly Chai, and Eagle Pax Max. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Thanks for smashing up the like button. I can't really think of anything I have more to put up, but I'll just put this up so the feds can screenshot it. This must actually hurt them. I bet this actually hurts them to see. They're like, that probably hurts them. Their bosses at the ADL, hopefully if they could show it to Abe Foxman, and Abe Foxman, I don't know, has a stroke or something like that, and something I did on social media contributed to that, I would consider my life richer for it. That is, if I don't get killed by those two assholes that just fucking went whipping by at fucking 90 miles an hour. Which that's actually the greatest physical threat to me, is some chucklehead in a souped up fucking Infinity with fucking no brakes and shitty tires playing Fast and Furious on public roadways. But we all have dangers that we have to face. Mine just had to come speeding at me out of the fucking dark. Anyway, with that, I'm guessing, yeah, let's call the stream. I'm heading into the fucking speed trap zones, so I'm gonna have to watch how fast I go, because I don't want to get a ticket and lose the money I just made. So anyway, like I said, Virgil Doc, Eagle Pax Max, and Judas Fly Chai, thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys again next week.